Shoe, because Kelly and I are dying inside for this too. We were watching the game.
Yeah.
The goal,
Yeah.
puck in the glove.
Yeah.
What was the explanation you got on that? Were there overhead cameras that confirmed that?
They had an overhead view that they all felt that it had crossed the goal line when Ev turned with her momentum to grab it, that it looked like it had crossed. I also saw it. I didn't think it was conclusive enough to be able to personally call it, but you can definitely see a bit of the logo, but I don't think you can see the full puck crossed. So that's where, I think maybe it shouldn't have been called a goal, but it was, and regardless, we got a score.
What the wording they said they felt it crossed?
No, they said all of them. I can't remember if they used the word felt, but all of them thought that it went across. When I saw it, I didn't see it in the moment, but when I saw it afterwards, I didn't think that was clearly, personally, I didn't, but, who knows, maybe I have a little bit of a bias there, but there was no goal on the ice. So that's why I had thought that, you would really need to see white between the red and the puck to be able to fully say that, yes, that fully crossed the line. From the overhead view, did it look like parts of it had crossed the line? Yes, but I think it wasn't clear enough to fully be able to personally tell. But regardless, we've got to put the puck away. That happened at, I think, just a little bit, 8 minutes to go in the game, and so we had plenty of time to be able to, and we had chances. But regardless, we still have to put one away.
Kelly also had a good question. Do they let you, there were only 2 cameras being used at Ritter apparently on Saturday. Do the refs let you know, when you go into St. Thomas or Ohio State or I guess even Ritter, that there's limited cameras for replays so that you know maybe what you're working with before going into a challenge?
That's a great question. I don't think I personally know enough of that information, but our league does have certain rules that we have to have, certain cameras in place.
Right, have the overhead
Yeah. So I probably could be better there. Yeah.
That's information that'd be useful for.
Absolutely.
For you, right?
Yeah. But we all have the overhead view, so regardless, you got to go with what the call is on the ice and find a way to win.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are kind of lucky and fortunate here at AMSoil. It's probably easy to forget that not every rink.
Yeah, it is.
That
Right. All the features that we are privileged to here at AMSoil Arena, absolutely. And then you kind of forget that not everybody has all the same technology. Yeah.
Some of those schools have the technology.
Yeah. I don't know which ones those are, but yeah.
Shu, how do you feel about this team going into
Yeah.
the playoff series with St. Cloud?
Super excited. I think we're playing really, really well. Even against the Gophers, I really liked our game, especially the first day. I thought, we had some really good looks at the net. Had we buried a couple, it would have been a different story, So, and I overall, just looking kind of at the stats, I think we had, the majority of the play, the puck possession that game as well. And if you looked at the in-stat report, they had us, winning. Again, still got to find a way to bury pucks, but I'm happy with the way that our team's playing. We're constantly taking steps, and so I'm really excited about this weekend with where our team is currently at.
Defensively, your team's had a lot of success against St. Cloud and shutting off back-to-back games last time. What do you remember about what your team's able to do defensively to shut them out?
Well, I think there's always parts in our game that we're just continuing to tweak. We want to be a team that makes our opponents play perimeter hockey. That's really important, protecting the middle of the ice. And, I think we were able to do that. We've shown that we can do it against Wisconsin. We were doing it against Minnesota. Obviously a really unlucky bounce that second game with Ev and her glove potentially, putting that in. But when you can play teams that close, I think you're doing the right things defensively. Now for us, the next step is we've just got to put pucks away. And honestly, I just think we need to take more shots on net. So that's one thing that we didn't do enough of on day 2 against Minnesota, and we have to have that shot mentality going forward.
Matt mentioned the success you've had defensively against St. Cloud State, and this is not just a one-year thing, 3 years worth basically, where they just struggle to generate a lot of offense in your building. How would you guys be able to do that here for 8-10 game stretch like you have against that one home?
Well, I think they're definitely a team that's very opportunistic, so our defensive game has to be there. Like, we have to be on. They're a team that comes at you, and they're also a team that never gives up, and that's something where we've seen, where they pulled their goalie with a lot of time left to go. Their head coach is not afraid to do that, and take risks, and so we have to be on our defensive game for sure in order to, take care of business.
There's a deadline coming up, March 1st, of the House settlement. Teams opt in, they're subject to, you can go over the 18 scholarships, but you can only have a roster of 26.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on, for women's hockey, that roster limit of 26? I was going back to the rosters, and I know you guys, this program has been under that for at least the last 5 years or so.
Yeah.
But your thought on 26?
Yeah, so traditionally I don't think that roster limit would affect us too much. I think maybe more so on the men's guys who have carried a little bit more players. We have traditionally been around that 23, 24 mark. So, for us, it's a great opportunity.
Does it change though during Olympic years, especially since in the past, like when Ashton was here?
Yes, that would be something that would obviously probably benefit us, having some extra players in an Olympic year. Yeah, for sure.
But 26 would probably still be
But obviously, it's potentially a little too late for us to come next year with the Olympics being right around the corner. So would have been nice to know that beforehand, but regardless, yeah.
How is that for a coach? Like, how quickly things
Change, yeah.
Like in the past, it used to be, we're going to do a rule change, but this isn't going to go into effect for a year.
2 years down there, right? Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Gave you a chance to plan, and now
Yep.
you're coaching in a college environment where
Yeah.
sometimes change
Yeah.
in a month.
Yeah, they really do. Even as far as the pre-Olympic qualifications, we weren't 100% sure who was going to be invited to those tournaments. But I think you have to plan for it, and just assume that your players are going to be taken. So what are you going to do? And don't be surprised by it. Yeah.
Good.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Sue. Alleged goal. Is that on Saturday? Because that's a pretty odd play.
Yeah, I think I saw it coming off the glass, and as I was catching it, I think the movement of my glove went in the net.
Okay.
So I think it was a goal. Personally, I saw my glove in the net, but I was trying to hide it.
Time that it was in?
Sorry?
As soon as you caught it, you thought right then it was. So
Yeah, when they were reviewing it, I told Tindra and Anna I think that was a goal.
you're wrong, but
You, person who had the puck in the goal, you are wrong. This is America, where we stick with our opinion, whether how wrong it is. Even if someone tells us. Is there something different you could have done? Because obviously the fear on that play is, I saw in Bruce what happened to Ryan Fanti here in Loveland, it bounces off of you and in. Is there something different you would have done on that?
I was thinking about it, maybe going down and let it go over you, but then Murphy was coming in too, so I don't think I could have done anything, but maybe catch it before it went in. But that was a lucky play, and actually it happened during practice that Liv scored like that, so I think it was meant to happen, I guess. Liv Wallen. Yeah, I think she remembers that, but yeah, it was weird. Yeah.
It's a goal that you don't let it get to.
Yeah, no.
We were talking to Shu about the success this team has had defensively against St. Cloud. You've made a lot of good saves, but also you haven't had to pace a ton of shots either against St. Cloud. What have you seen from this team defensively that they've been doing so well, especially when taking on the Huskies?
I think they're really following the game plan of taking my post and just blocking a lot of shots, and they're doing a really good job of limiting the entry by the middle and just leaving me the shot by angle, which is easier. So even this weekend, having almost 50 shots, it was not all good shots. So I think they were doing a good job of just limiting the threat. So yeah, I think we're doing a really good job of that, and it's going to be important this weekend, and then having fun in the offensive zone.
Is there a fine line for a goaltender for you where, players are oftentimes, they're trying to get their sticks, they're trying to get their bodies in front of shots and block or deflection or whatever, but are there times where you'd rather just have them move out of the way and let a shooter shoot so you can see it? What's the line there?
Sometimes it's hard when they're trying to block it and then they're actually screening you, but at the same time there's a lot of time that they're actually blocking the shot and it would maybe been a goal. So I think I just have to work with that, and they're doing the best they can to block it, and I think that's the number one thing that they're trying to do, and I just have to be back there and make the save after. So
for you, is it more it's on you? If they're trying to block the shot, it's on you to keep an eye on that puck? Or?
Yeah, kind of, but they're doing a good job of not screening me a lot of time, and also when they go down I can still see it, so if they miss it I can still see it, but I would rather them blocking it too. Yeah.
For you, just the excitement level now, it's playoffs. It's the best time of year.
Yeah, it is. It's go time. Yeah.
St. Cloud State, you guys have had a lot of success against them defensively, especially in this building. What's worked from your perspective in goal when you guys have faced the Huskies?
I think just playing the game plan, and we know what we have to do. We know we're ready, and just, like I said, limiting the threat that they have. They're a opportunistic team. That's a word. So just making sure that we're taking every player and just staying in the present moment and doing one shift at a time, one shot at a time. And yeah, I think we've had success in the past, but we stay in the present moment and just we have a series to win. So.
Cool. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.
that was a better